Hi guys, welcome back to my readings. I've missed you guys. I know that I haven't been posting a whole lot lately, but I've been going through some type of an existential crisis or some sort of recalibrating the things that I do and how I do them. I also want to clear up the fact that I'm not very political at all. The last video that I posted, I did mention some things about politics, but I had to, because when I am guided to say something with the angels, I think about it a lot because sometimes it upsets people or it puts them in the wrong place. But unless I say what I'm supposed to say, then then I have severed a connection with a guide or with an angelic guide that I really don't want to do, because then they figure I just don't care to spread the word. When they give me something to say, I need to say it. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm not political at all. I'm artistic. I'm more into spirituality, or the pursuit of the connection with divinity. So politics is just something that I really don't dabble in much, but because of the way things are in the world today and all of the things that are happening all at once, they are trying to tell us something, but we need to look within to see what the answers, where they lie, what they are. That's another thing. We're being asked to seek within the divine energy that lives in our heart, make a connection, true connection with our guides, with our angelic guide, which is the messenger that comes to assist us. We need to connect with them, because sometimes we need help and they're the ones that truly can help us. We can ask assistance of our friends, but sometimes it has to come from a higher power, and you need to learn to connect with it. I have some cards that I have already pulled because today I felt that I could give a clear message, and that is when I am going to do readings from now on. I am going to feel it out, and if I am predisposed or have been given messages to relay to you guys, then I will post it. But it's not just because I want to read the energies that are coming for the next week. I will continue to post my daily card if I can. Like I said, I have been changing some things, and I'm not really quite sure why, but it is the way that it is, and I can't fight the energy, because then my readings are a little wacky, and I really don't like that. If you guys want a private reading, contact me via my email, and we'll get together on that. But just know that my readings are going to be a little different from now on than what they have been in the past. More spiritual, I think. Maybe deeper. Okay, the first cards that have called me, and they were going to be the only ones, but I decided to go ahead and do some tarot as well, but along the same lines. There's going to be a time that's coming up, because you are seeking spirituality or the divinity within yourself, when you are going to feel a little bit more peaceful. Like things are starting to settle down within yourself. Therefore, they'll start to settle down around you. The people around you, the people that you'll meet, the experiences that you're going to have. Because peace has been given to you in order to be able to handle some of these changes that are occurring around us, that are very difficult, and yet to come. There's more that are going to be harder. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. So divine energy, or the ascended master Jesus, has told us that he's going to give us a bit of peace so that we can hang on to it when we need it in our day-to-day activities. When you wake up in the morning, be grateful, be thankful, say a prayer, and attract peace into your life that particular day. And every day, ask for it. If you're having an issue trying to find spirituality within you, or divine energy, or don't know how, you're being asked to knock, and the door will open. You have to really want it. You have to dedicate time to it. You have to pray. Prayers go a long way. Help others that are in need. Don't turn your back on people that ask for assistance, because you never know who is asking and why. Always try to help and be kind. Sometimes it's a bother, sometimes it cuts into the things that you're doing. But you need to learn to make time for it. You also need to learn to make time to get to know spirit that lives within you, the spirit that you are a part of, so that you can communicate better with it, so that it can give you messages and you follow through. Sometimes we fight it, because sometimes the messages that come from divine energy are really big messages that change your life completely. A complete change of everything. And by complete, I mean moving from one place to another, leaving a relationship that no longer serves you, people that leave your life, and you have to make changes whether you like it or not. Sometimes the changes are really big, and they're very hard to follow through, and we become very fearful of the changes and of looking ahead and of not being able to see the next move. That is when we need to really have a connection with divine energy, because pretty much they will tell you each and every step, but you need to be paying attention, and you also need to listen to the guidance when it comes, because sometimes it's really hard and we don't want to listen. We don't want to do it. We're afraid. We don't want to make the change. We don't know what's ahead, and it stops us, and then we go through some other hardships that we would not have experienced had we listened to the time when they told us to move, to jump. What's happening now in the world was shown to me 11 years ago. And at that time, I had to leave everything that I had built in order to come and rescue my family. And since then, a lot of things have happened that I see the why I had to do it. I tried to keep my son with me, but he didn't like the area that I was in, so he left and he moved on his own. But I pray for him every day. I have 2 grandchildren since then, and I really miss seeing them all the time, but I'm sure at some point that too will change. But I had to make some really big decisions and difficult ones at that point. And it only took me 2 days, because it put the fear of God in my heart, the way that they told me, and what they showed me, the way that they showed me. I didn't quite understand each and every word, but as time has passed, and now that I see what's going on right now are the words exactly that they showed me at that time, I understand it now. In hindsight, a lot of the divine guidance is when you'll see it, when it'll be proof to you that divinity does exist, and if you listen to the guidance, you will know why. And it's basically to help those in need, those that are less fortunate, those that are the elderly, or people that you owe your life to, big things, and when the time comes, because they have been good people, Lord will send his messengers and his helpers to assist others. And if you are one of them, you need to know how to connect to your divine energy. So you need to knock, ask for help, learn how to communicate to divine energy, move the energy around you so it's not stale. Burn incense, burn sage to cleanse the negativity around you each and every day. Drink a lot of water. Immerse yourself in water. Water is a conductive energy that connects you to divine energy. At least it does wonders for me. Music is also very helpful. The different tones. I would recommend spa type music, where there's a lot of calming music with different tones. It helps elevate your vibrations, and it helps calm down your anxiety or nervousness or whatever you're feeling because of a long day at work, because of something that has happened, and all of that helps you connect to divine energy. The next card: let your heart not be troubled, neither be afraid. These changes that are all around us, if you believe And if you have faith that you're being taken care of, that you're being watched over by angelic energy or by others that are there assisting you, the energy is asking you not to be afraid. Divine energy, Jesus, God. Don't allow yourself to be troubled, because if you fear the changes or what's happening, then you're going to attract some of that energy that you really don't want. Don't be afraid, because always remember that we live many lives. This isn't the only one. We're here for a short time anyway. So don't be afraid, because the other side of the door, there's always light there. And there's divine spirit that's waiting for us on the other side of that door. So we don't have to be afraid. There's light. Recently I dreamt of that. An angel was showing me the door to the other side, and I could see like movements, quick movements behind the door, and it was like I was standing right there. I think they wanted me to walk through it, but I was afraid to at that moment, and I focused on my dog that was there, that has passed away like 15 years ago or more now. It's been a long time. I miss him, but he was there as well. So I focused on my dog and not on going through that door. But that's just one of the things that that has been shown to me here lately. But it was kind of scary, but it was right there next to me, the other side. We're being asked to open our hearts to love one another like Jesus has loved us, like he's shown his love when he was here on the planet, and he wants us to follow through like that. And I'm not saying, you know, have somebody abuse you or beat you or hurt you like they did to him, because they didn't understand his pure unconditional love and his magic, how he healed and helped others because he was pure God incarnate. Nothing can compare to him. No one can compare to him. And he had the full command of the angelic realm, which is very powerful as well. He wants us to show our loves to others. Open your heart to yourself, number one, and know how divine and how lovely and how wonderful you truly are. And surround yourself with people that believe in you, that help you, that support you, that love you. Don't settle for people that turn their backs on you, that don't support you, that call you names, that pick on you when you need them the most. Some people think that that builds character, but what it does is it actually tears you down, word by word, action by action. If someone is beating you, it's time to leave that unhealthy situation, because it's not that you have to stop loving that soul or that person. You just need to separate from them until they learn to grow and to know that that is not right. You can't stay with someone that hurts you. You can't stay with someone that's constantly saying that you're not good enough, or you're not worthy, or you're not as good as you should be, or compare you to other people. Those are the people that you need to leave behind. Those are the people that are there to teach you huge lessons, how to love yourself and respect yourself, and how not to go backwards. Learn to love the Lord with all your heart, with all your soul, with everything you got inside of you. Open your heart. This is how true unconditional love begins. Learn to love divinity, divine energy. Learn to love yourself. That is how you connect to God, to Jesus. If you pray every day with an open heart and truly, truly, truly want divine energy to come to you and give you guidance, you will see them. If you have clear vision, then you will see them with your third eye. If not, you will see them in dreams. Even if you are clairvoyant, you might see them in dreams anyway, but you'll see them enough to where you'll believe that you're having visitations while you're asleep, while your spirit is communing with them. Angels as well, they will come to you. Some are scary, some are not so scary, and I'm not talking about dark angels. I'm talking about light, divine energy coming to intervene, to help you, to assist you, to walk with you, to guard you, to protect your home. Because if you pray all the time, they do come. But you'll see them in a dream, or you'll see them out of the corner of your eye, and there'll be a person right there, and it'll probably scare you. If you have clairvoyance, you may be able to hear them. You may feel them. You may have all of the clairsentience, so that all your senses can feel divine energy around you. Sometimes you can just think of it and know that you will feel the connection. It shoots from your head straight up. Anyway, you see where I'm at now, right? Okay, let's go to the tarot. And this is a reading not for this week. Let's say the up and coming month. Because tarot can reach deep into your soul and extend out to many years. So this reading today can extend out throughout the week, the month, the year, a whole year. Who knows how long it takes each and every one of us to walk through this door, to knock on the door, to open it, to start to listen, to start to pay attention, to have the veil taken away from your eyes and your ears, so you can no longer be blinded by the fear of your own thoughts, of words that have been put there by others, of time that has passed, and you enslaved yourself within a small circle and felt like you couldn't move. You see how the angels here are taking the blindfold away from this lady that's there, tied. They're taking the ropes away as well. So you will no longer be bound and blinded by your own thoughts and your own fears and the way that others have treated you, because we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords cuts through a lot of the falseness, the lies that you tell yourself and that others have told you. And you're going to begin to see that none of that serves a purpose in your life anymore. So you need to start freeing yourself from all the bondage that you have placed upon yourself, or that others have placed there as well. And you just continually believe it. You don't have to believe it anymore. The sword cuts through many things. This can also represent, for some of you, surgery that you need to do. You're going to meet a doctor that's very skilled with the knife. You're going to meet the right person at the right time that's going to help you with that decision of surgery. It could also mean a doctor, a dentist as well, going to the dentist, or a need to go to the dentist to extract a tooth or to have some type of oral surgery. But mostly this represents your thoughts, your mind, a clarity that comes through, the winning idea. This could also be the beginning of a business for some of you, a thought that cuts through all of the nonsense that you have been doing all of your life, or for a good part of your life, and it's time to wake up, because you have been asking divine energy to help you, but you don't know how it's going to come or where, or you don't know how to begin. But by clearing away the cobwebs and starting to see things for what they truly are, and the choices that you have made in the recent past that have not really helped you, because you thought they were word at that time, but as you grow spiritually and things start happening and the world keeps turning and everything keeps changing, then that no longer applies in your life anymore, and you have to move on to the next step, to the next situation, the next thing, to clearly see what it means for you. This clarity, this enslavement that you have, for some may have a lot to do with family. A lot of things could have been placed there in the past from family members, from people that you held in high esteem, dear to your heart. It could be friends. It could be someone that you have built a home with at this time, that it didn't work out. It's not working out, that perhaps it's time for you to leave. Sorry, I keep kicking the tape. So a lot of this clarity that's coming has a lot to do with family. It has a lot to do with building your home, your properties. It could be business as well. This represents business, government type business as well. Maybe some things are going to be revealed to you that have to do with your job or your position at work, or with the whole business, the whole foundation of the business as well. Clarity comes. Perhaps they're going to put you in a different position or hold you in high esteem, and you're finally realizing that you had not seen your position as clearly as it should have been, that maybe they hadn't given you the accolades that they should have up to now. But you're going to hold that thought. You're going to know that now you're more grounded in your family, with your own hard work, the things that you have worked hard for at this time. You're going to feel very grounded and very solid. And many generations of family live together for some of you, and you're going to help take care of the elderly, always keeping in mind that the weak need to be protected as you move forward, and always have your position stable. Okay, there's going to be a lot of movement forward now, because you're going to be leaving behind a lot of those crazy thoughts that you have had that have kept you pent up. Or perhaps you're going to be celebrated for the changes that you're going to make in your life. For some of you, you're going to be moving away from a lot of things that have held you back. You're going to finally start opening up to the rest of the world, or to other people that have maybe perhaps tried to get a hold of you, or help you come out of your isolation or circle, because we do have the Hermit here as well. For some of you, you've been very lonely. You have segregated yourself. I know that this thing with COVID has not helped, because it has made us segregate ourselves, but it was time for us to look within. Perhaps we have already done that. Perhaps we've learned a lot of things. Now we're asking for other things, so it's time to move forward. We're going to be moving away from a time where our thoughts have really taken control of us and have kept us in a very nervous place, in a place of upheaval. Always our thoughts keeping us, under anxiety, and just narrow-minded thinking only what you can see and frontier, and not knowing that there's a vast universe with vast ideas, with vast possibilities that we're not even seeing. But we try to keep ourselves enclosed in what we're familiar with and what we know, our surroundings. And we need to start stepping out of that. And we have the Six of Swords that says, yes, you can do it. You can go to a calmer place where your anxiety isn't going to be taking over your life, where you won't feel like you're tied and you can't move forward anymore. Where your family is concerned. For some of you, you worry so much about your family, perhaps, that you can't even move forward. You don't want to do any changes because you feel that they can't handle it without you. Well, you can make those changes and still remain, a patriarch of your family, the leader, the guardian, the BFF, whatever you want to call it. For all of us, it's different how we perceive ourselves and how the loved ones perceive us, So for some of you, you're moving away from some of this bondage that you have kept yourself in, for fear that things would change or that things would be hurtful for the family. Not necessarily. For some of you, you are moving away from what you have created up to now because it no longer serves you. You're finally seeing the clarity of the things that are going on in your home, with the people that you love, that perhaps aren't supporting you as well as they should. And it's time to move away. For each one of us, this situation is different. But we do have the Death card right after that. So there's going to be tremendous changes for all of us. For some of you, you have lost people already. For some of you, it hasn't happened yet. For others, there's a complete transformation of the way that you look at life, the way that you see life. The things that you have done up to now are going to transform, and they're transforming in your favor because of the Ace of Swords. Okay. And I am sorry for those of you that have lost people. I am very, very sorry. And my heart comes out to you. It pours out love for you, emotion, water, tears. Tears that I have cried. I have cried many, many tears in the last months. Tired of crying, because it does age you, and I'm tired of it. But I've cried for so many things, and all of these horrible things that are happening, because I fear that it's not over yet. There's more to come, but we haven't seen it yet. But we will. For some of you, you have been very isolated, and you've had to be, because of the way things are going. And you wanted to be as well, because you wanted some knowledge that only you could have. And here we have an angel that's showing a mirror, reflecting back the person that you are, so that you can see yourself truly who you are. A leader, a spiritual leader, if that is what you want to be. And just a little bit of step forward that they're going to show us, because they can't really show us a whole lot. They can only show us one thing at a time, one step forward at a time. But the knowledge that we receive from divine energy, we need to share it. We need to always share it. Either if it's with our loved ones, our friends, people at work, whatever it is, we should share it with others, because it's important that when divine energy talks, we spread the news, because somehow we have to spread it. Not everyone can receive messages. Not everyone is open to it. Not everyone believes. We have the moon here as well. We're being asked not to walk alone in dark areas. So if you are thinking about walking at night, I suggest you do it at times when there's more people around, because that's one thing that this card in this particular deck represents. Walking alone in the darkness, unless you're searching for your own self. And that you can do in your own room. But be careful of walking around by yourself. At night especially. During the day it's a different story, because there's others around. You could scream for help or what have you. But be careful at night. Be careful, because there's so many things at night that we don't see. This also represents your psychic abilities. It represents messages that come from divinity that we could receive during our nighttime while we are sleeping. Also, a connection to your intuitive thoughts, your mind, your gut feelings. Learn them, learn what they're like. This also represents fears that we may have, that we have to overcome, and we are overcoming them. It's also a big connection to divine energy. Intuition, messages that are coming to us through our intuitive thinking. Something that keeps reoccurring in our thoughts. It's time to follow intuition. Here we are, a person being held by two angels, moving forward in the darkness. Even though you can't see the next step, you may hear it, you may feel it. Follow our intuitive guidance is what we're being told to do. It's going to win the Cups of Celebration. So here we have a bunch of angels circling around. We have 3 with cups that are in celebratory pose. So we will be celebrating some things. For some of you, you're getting married. Some of you, you're having children, or someone is being born into your family. So it's time to celebrate. For others, it's an emotional healing that you're going to be experiencing because of all of this release that you're doing with the ways that you have thought about yourself and about others, or thoughts that others have put there, that you're going to be releasing. So you're going to be very celebratory at the new love that you have found, at the new connection to your intuition that you have found, at the clarity that you are finding, which is excellent. Here we have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands says, yes, you're going to be moving forward. Energy that finally moves forward that has been stuck for a very long time. For some of you, it's a move, because the Knight represents messages. It also represents movement forward. In this one, the horse is like full trot ahead. He's jumping up and down. He's like, yeah. Fire energy, inspiration, something that inspires you, that moves you forward, that gets you moving. Some of you, it's exercise, a better diet, a better, clearer look at yourself, at who you are, what you look like. You know, sometimes you look in the mirror and you beat yourself up. Nobody else does it. You're doing it to yourself. And you finally look in the mirror and you go, hey, I'm looking pretty good lately. What's wrong with me? Nothing. There's nothing wrong with me. Why do I keep beating myself up? Let me go do some exercise. Let me start eating better. Let me drink a hell of a lot more water than I have been drinking. Let me get a filter too, so the water is filtered. You know, and start like really taking care of yourself. Energy that moves forward. Inspired energy. Inspired to help take care of yourself, to help take care of others, to put you in a better place so that you are thinking more clearly, so that you're less anxious, less nervous. Your thoughts are more calm, you know, because you're not dragging them around anymore or letting them drag you. Okay? Some other cards here. When it comes to your emotional life or your romantic life, for some of you, you're sad. The existing relationship that you're in isn't working in the direction that you would like it to go. It's time to be more honest with yourself. or with your partner, because you're very sad. Maybe there's a bit of depression that you need to work through. Maybe that's something that you're going to clearly see now. Perhaps it's depression that's holding you back. That is, you know, I can understand it. And a lot of people have become depressed during this. They can't do your regular activities. You can't hang out. You're afraid. This is a killer that we cannot see. We can't believe the all of the crazy news that we're hearing all the time. We've got the politicians in our face on the TV, or you hear about it everywhere. I mean, it's crazy. It's a lot of a pandemic type of information and disease and all these things that are hitting us at once. So it's really easy to be sad, and for some, it's taken its toll. You know, it's time to be sincere about that. And if you need to go to a doctor, then it's time to go to a doctor. Wear your mask, wear gloves, wear whatever, a hazmat suit, but do it. Go out and do these things because you need to. For some of you, you're sad, nostalgic about your emotional life. You don't have a partner. You're sad about that. You want to change that now because you've done so much growing. You've done so many things for yourself, for other people. Now it's time again to draw in a partner, to attract, magnetize a partner into your life so you're not so lonely. Here she has a tambourine in her hand, perhaps music, bells, chimes, things that will raise your vibration and concentrate your energy on going out, seeking that you wish to manifest in your life. Isn't that one of my cards? How did I not have that? Well, somehow I saw that. Seek and you shall find. It's another card. I know, knock and it shall be opened unto you. So if you look for something, but the thing is, you also have to allow it to come to you. It's not all about searching. But there was a card that I did see. I don't know what happened to it. Maybe I just saw it with my third eye and I never really saw it. Which is search and you shall find. So for those of you that are looking for a partner, hoping to meet a partner, if you search just a little, you will find them in the most ridiculous place or the most unexpected. You know, quite unexpectedly at that. But be sincere as well as to what you want in your life, as well as the people that are in a relationship that is no longer serving them. Be sincere about it. If they make you very unhappy, it's time to go. If you are unhappy and you have a good relationship and you don't know why, it's depression, you need to go see a doctor. And I'm not an advocate of pills. So maybe there's another way, through either changing your diet or exercise or both, or just talking as opposed to also taking medication. Because medication hurts you one way or the other. It's going to hurt you. For some, you need the medication because there's a chemical imbalance, and that can only be balanced by either herbs or medication. So I would try the herbs first, but go to a doctor. Okay, for some, this speaks of being lonely, being sad because you are alone. You need to be honest about yourself as to what type of relationship you want in your life, or how involved are you going to be in a relationship. How well do you open up your heart to a relationship? How much love do you actually show your partner that's unconditional? Or are you the type of partner that's very controlling? You can't do this, you can't do that. Or are they like that with you? There has to be a balance in a relationship. You have to be more sincere as to what you will allow, the boundaries that you should have in a relationship with yourself, with others. You know, how loving were you in past relationships? What do you need to fix? What do you need to change in order to be able to attract another partner into your life? Or do you want the same thing? Do you want the same type of partner? Be sincere with yourself about romance. Romance is coming for those of you that are single. There could be someone waiting just for you to change one tiny little bit about the way that you think about yourself or about others, or a relationship in general. How you treat people around you. Love others like others have loved you. Open your heart up so that you can allow someone new into your life. This card here says love is coming. It's very, very close. The romance card also says love is on its way. It's coming. And this card says it's right there. It's really close. It's about to hit. Okay, and it's going to be for some of you a very sensual love. Very sensual. Very romantic, very sensual, what you have wanted. Of course, remember, nothing is perfect and no one is perfect. This doesn't say that it's going to be a lifetime either. It just says it's coming. But you yourself need to understand and know yourself and know, I'm not going to settle for something that's 5 minutes. I want something that's long-lasting or a committed relationship, not somebody that I just want to live with and one day they're going to walk away or leave, or I'm going to leave because it's not the commitment that I wanted. Be sure you know what you want, and when the person comes, you talk to them, and that they're on the same page that you are, so that it doesn't fall apart, so that it's a solid foundation. Remember, we're working on foundations as well, for now and for future generations, to be able to live together, to take care of you one day. While you take care of others now, others will later take care of you. So it depends on the quality of how you do it also. Keep that in mind. For some of you, it's reconciliation or reconciling with a past lover or with one that you live with now. You finally pull together. You finally realize that things that are not even real, that they're lies, that there's just, it's fake, it's something that isn't even real. The fights that you have, the discussions, the disagreements, it's not really real. You have to realize that. And for some, the women, remember, your hormones, they can drive you insane. They can drive the man insane as well. And I'm not sticking up for them because they have issues too. They go through their own stages in life that we have to deal with. That is also very difficult. But remember, your hormones, they keep you fluctuated. So try to either go to a doctor to see if they can give you something that'll level it out, or is there something you can do. The diet, again, and exercise is super helpful for that. And if you're past a certain age, then you don't have that hormonal spike anymore. It's perfect as well. But then you have other issues that you have to deal with. So women always have to deal with things. But remember, the hormones, that really keeps you in an up and down roller coaster. So if you learn to control that, things do get better at home, and the blindfold falls off of all the situations that you have because of the hormones fluctuating. Also, if you're in a fight and flight energy all the time, not knowing what's going on, your foundations are extremely important, that you need to solidify them, because with a solid foundation, it's like your root chakra. If that's up in the air, so will you be, and your hormones and your life will just be like a darn roller coaster. So foundations, work on that. That's number one. Relationships, number two, very important as well. For some of you, this reconciliation or this romance, you may have more than one person that comes at the same time, and you're going to be very indecisive. Remember, your boundaries, your own desires, what is it that you want, and if it's more than one person, which one of them is going to give you what you want. That's the direction that you should go in, and don't go in the direction of just, oh, this person definitely has their shit together, they have more money, they have solid foundations, they have a business, they have a home, they have all this stuff that's superficial things. Here's the one person that's very loving, romantic, everything that you've ever wanted, but they don't have a home, they don't have a fancy car, whatever it is that you see in the other. You, with love, unconditional love, can manifest everything that you can desire. So don't go in the path of material wealth, because that in itself is not love. That will not feed your inner soul. You'll be hungry all the time, still searching for something that's missing, and that connection to the soul is what's missing. Remember to connect to the soul with the person that you're talking to, unless you're just wanting to connect with your lower chakras. That, again, won't last, because after several years you're bored, because you're connecting on a lower chakra. It's only about sex and desire and the mundane things that you can gain through a relationship. That is not a higher connection. So sacrificing the lower for the higher is really what it's all about, but it's so darn difficult, and you guys might not even know what I'm talking about, but for some you'll get it. because knowing what the lower chakras are and the higher chakras is very difficult to connect with someone on a higher level, and keep it that way, because it's still, you'll still be working the other chakras as well. It's connection, a soul to soul connection. That's twin flame type relationships, or people that are your exact other half, the part of you that you need support with, the part that's missing in your life. That's the other person that's coming. Be sure you can recognize this person, as opposed to the one that won't be right for you, the one that isn't, the one that you thought was and isn't the one that's right for you. I'm going to pull some romance cards and some answer cards for you. So pick A, B, or C, so you can get your own answer to the romance cards. Our time is almost up. I hope you understood what I was trying to convey to you through my reading. You know, I didn't even touch upon other things. Briefly, I did. All right. Some of you were thinking of something and it's a yes. It's a yes, yes, yes. Okay. I don't know what that was. If your question was only yes or no, you got a yes. Maybe it was just for me, but I didn't have any questions. It's time to take back control of your life. Free yourself. For those that chose A, you have again been pinned up like the Eight of Swords. Here's a little unicorn that can manifest magical things in their life, but they have knowingly and by themselves pinned themselves up in a small enclosed little pin. Well, they can't even walk. They're losing even their mobility, because they're in such an enclosed quarters that they need to open themselves up to more movement in their lives. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life, and don't let other people rule over you anymore when it comes to your romance. Again, you're going to meet someone special that may help you take back control of your life, you know, move you into a different stage of your life. But for some of you, those that chose A, romance is coming. You need to take back control of your life so that a romantic partner can come into your life. Or if you are in a partnership that's very controlling, you need to stop that, because it's stopping you from growing. It's stopping you from doing the beautiful, wonderful things that you can accomplish if only you could free yourself, okay, to get out and meet that perfect person for you, or get out of a bad relationship if you're in one, or if you need to talk to your partner, it's time to do it. You need to have heart-to-heart conversations. That's the next card up. For those of you that chose B, you need to speak to your partner. Speak to the people that are with you. Have heart-to-heart conversations so you can be happy in the relationships that you have with those that exist around you. And then the other card is, there is no need to worry. So if you're fearing speaking to your partner because of a backlash or whatever's going to happen, there's no need to fear. If you speak from the heart, they'll know it. And it's time to open up your heart to speak to others, the people that live with, your loved ones, your romantic partners. You're having problems with communications if you picked B. It's time for you to open communications with the people around you so that you can be happier. Okay? There's really no need to worry. Maybe you're worrying about things that you shouldn't worry about, so it's time to talk it out, so that again you can take the blindfold off and free yourself from the confinement that you have as well, like the ones that chose A, like the card that we got, the Ace of Swords. We're confining ourselves for no good reason. We need to speak up, and speak from the heart to those that are either bullying you or confining you or trying to clip your wings. Don't let them clip your wings, okay? That wouldn't work for me either. For those of you that chose C, For some of you, you have already met the partner that you're asking for. In a romantic basis, you're already living with the person that you have asked for, or you already know this person. You have already met them. Okay, now it's just a matter of trust. Of trusting divine energy to either bring this person back into your life, or for some of you, you haven't met them and you're about to meet them. Okay? But you need to allow divinity to attract them to you. You need to allow yourself to trust in divine energy that's going to bring you exactly what you have asked about, what you want in your life, the best thing for you. But you need to believe, okay, that it can actually happen. For some of you, you need to free yourself before this can actually happen. You're really wanting a good relationship, a better relationship, but unless you free yourself from what you have, it's not going to come, because you need to learn to respect yourself before divinity will allow another person into your life, because it's just going to be the same mess, and you don't want that. I think they respect you more. So you need to have heart-to-heart conversations with the person that you're with at this time. And if it's not going to work, then you need to step away. Don't waste any more time, because the next person that comes in could be the one for you. So keep in mind that some of you have already met the partner that you're seeking. You just need to backtrack and find out, well, who is it? Who was it? You know, who was it that was a lot like me? And then find that person, or allow that person to come back into your life. Just trust. Trust, because divine energy is going to bring them right to you. I know I pulled some cards for work, but I forgot to put them on the table. See if I suddenly shut off, it's because the memory on my little tablet closed itself off. So I'm going to try to pull some cards for work, because I know it's been difficult for some people. Let's see if they have any advice. Again, the moon. The opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. For some of you, it's asking you to look around, because there's other opportunities available to you and you don't see them yet. Don't be afraid. Just keep moving forward. Because maybe the position you're in is perfect for now. If you don't have a job, there's other opportunities. You're not looking in a wider range of places or opportunities that you may be missing. Here we have the Three of Coins. Do what you love. A time of great personal growth in your career or artistic endeavors. Working with others in a cooperative manner. So for some of you, if you're thinking of a creative project, you're going to be very popular doing this. You're going to get very far, but you need to team up with other people. By doing it by yourself, it's not going to happen. There's either a group that you need to join, or some other people that you're going to meet that will make a good match with you and help you with your artistic endeavors or creative endeavors, whatever it is that you're trying to get up off the ground. Maybe there's some things that you need to sell, or some things that you already have, that through that you can start a business, but you need to look at what you have. A sudden revelation that offers freedom. Break free of procrastination. Embrace the opportunities that change brings. Change in your life. For some of you, this is the Hangman, that you have been procrastinating some changes. So you need to look at a perspective from a different angle, so that you can see that there's things that you may be missing that are very important. A sudden revelation that offers freedom. This could be the Tower card, that where things just really haven't been going in your favor, and all of a sudden the falseness of it all falls apart. A sudden revelation. This is the Tower card that offers freedom, breaking free of procrastination, of waiting around for things to happen, of hoping that things would happen. But you need to take that first step to change your situation that you're in, or to make what you have been asking for, praying for, happen, because there's something that you need to do. And if you don't know what that is, you need to meditate, commute with spirit, take one step, one in front of the other, You know what area of life it is you want to move forward. For all of us, it's different. So take that first step and then keep following through with another little step the next day and the next day and the next day till you find what you're looking for. Because it's there. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will open. But you need to keep knocking. If one doesn't open, go to the next door, because that isn't the right one. And that's how you'll know to follow intuition or divinity. A big kiss for all of you guys. I love you. Thank you for listening to my channel. I know you're sticking it through with me through thick and thin. There's only a few, and I appreciate you all. Thank you so very much. You have given me a lot throughout these years that I have been online. I fluctuate, and with that you fluctuate with me. If you follow divine guidance, it'll be smooth sailing. I love you guys. Bye for now. Listen to your intuition.